I've been getting it since a toddler. I keep dollars on my head. Been a real one is my motto. Handle my problems, I ain't scared. I put powder on my collar, cause she proud of what I said. I'm a leader, I got on follow in my footsteps like the feds. I shoot like I'm Montana, chop up bullets, make them shit. Black on black, new phantom in the backseat sipping red. Bitch, I'm from Atlanta with these hoes ready to like pig. Condo like the pharmacy, I got codeine in my fridge. My bro on a steaming stove, cooking crack like grits. Got this vibe on a tippy toe, struggling in a pit. LA live, I'm staying at the Lowe's with this Hollywood bitch. Got a 9 and a snub nose, can't wait to let it hit. Pull up with a stick, I pull up with a stick. I pull up with a pink toe, whipping, she sucking it deep. I put some diamonds on her toes, let her hold on and I'm rich. We was used to pulling kick those, you can still call it a leak. Broken, can't be fixed. When the names is spent the nick. How you pull that don't make sense. I made a whole mile off an inch. I had 99 problems, I just scratch your heart to this. Got some amazing winnings, all on my neck, cause quarter brick. I've been getting it since a toddler, I keep dollars on my head. Been a real one is my motto, handle my problems, I ain't scared. I put powder on my collar, cause she proud of what I said. I'm a leader, I got on follow in my footsteps like the feds. I shoot like I'm Montana, chop up bullets, make them shit. Black on black, new phantom in the backseat sipping red. Bitch, I'm from Atlanta with these hoes ready to like pig. Condo like the pharmacy, I got codeine in my fridge.
Bestie, I just hit my friend, told her catch me. I'ma lick her skin, she so precious. Might not fuck again, she too messy, but hit and no flex. Rose gold ornaments, drop 210, car game with no 10. You don't gotta, you the dough, you can hop in front of tip, boy, 9 in the vent, like by 9 and get spent. I got 2 B's on my bosses and a 30 in the bed. I know niggas better than million, still didn't tell 12 shit. I got skeletons in my closets and they scared of me and shit. Miss Margella's under the bed, streaming rock me kid. I put water on my head and she got CC. Couple ops played dead and they still got hit. I done bent lil' mama's spine, but it still ain't my kid. Only reason I use my line is cause she drank my spit. No cap.
I've been getting it since a toddler, I keep dollars on my head. Been a real one is my motto, handle my problems, I ain't scared. I put powder on my collar, cause she proud of what I said. I'm a leader, I got on follow in my footsteps like the feds. I shoot like I'm Montana, chop up bullets, make them shit. Black on black, new phantom in the backseat sipping red. Bitch, I'm from Atlanta with these.
Well, Jovan, the Orioles have now lost 7 games in a row. What a fucking joke. 15-31, more than 15 games under 500. You just got swept by the Nats. I haven't seen the Nats sweep a team, let alone the Orioles, I don't think in my lifetime. I'm all for reading a good book in the off season when your fucking feet are in the sands and you don't have a baseball game to worry about. Mid-season when you got a 6 ERA, fucking lock in, buddy. Put the books down. Grab a baseball. Hit the fucking treadmill, Trevor.
Of course, the Cubs are a team where if you give them like a single-pronged approach, simple approach at the plate, they can only key in on one pitch, which with Mick Abel is exactly what you have to do. They have been demolishing those pitchers every single time they see it. They ain't stopping now. I'm buying in. We're seeing a shootout.
320 feet. I could hit a ball that far. I mean, when do we normalize celebrating pop-ups? Aaron Judge, typical me guy move. Hitting a nuke there instead of just putting the ball in play. And look, he didn't make the dimensions of the park, but he decided to play in them, and that shit pisses me off.
I got too much to live, no time to forget. New chrome, yeah, I got this shit on my head. You grown, shit, no, I don't got time for this. Alone, you just want to...
People sleep on that handout, Judge Home Run. What's going on, chat? Happy BTL Monday, episode 740 piece. As always, hold the fry, joined by your 2 hosts, Krabs and Jovan, presented by SeatGeek. Jovan, quick question for you real quick before we dive in. If you're buying your tickets to the ballpark, you're buying your tickets to a PLL game, shit, you're buying your tickets to go see an NFL game, maybe even some college football. Where are you purchasing your tickets?
Of course, getting them from SeatGeek, Krabs.
Easiest question in all the land. Knock, knock, who's there, SeatGeek? Get involved, plug in code BookIt10. Hit the account button on the bottom right sector of the app. Promo code pops up right there. Type in Bookit10. Next thing you know, you're saving coins. We're paying you to download Pickit and get a discount on your tickets. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. You are saving coins. They're paying you. You are saving money. Plug it in this code. Go check it out and go check out SeatGeek. Hurry up. Go, go, go. Go get your tickets on there for the NFL season. W SeatGeek. W Jovan. W Chats. Hope you guys had a great weekend. I certainly did. Went to the lake, drank probably one or too many beers. Brain is still firing up, rebooting once again, but happy to be here. And we've got a hype train moving and grooving. No shots. No shot.
That's
We already have a
massive.
hype train 2 minutes in, Jovan. Are you seeing this?
Massive.
Wow. Holy smokes. I still need to do the No Nats giveaway. Do not worry. I will go through and do that this afternoon. Great call, props and chops. I gotcha. W's. All right. And yeah, if anybody still has not gotten paid their giveaway from Trent for the last month or so, you should be good now. If not, hit my DMs again. We'll figure that out this afternoon. Okay. W ran dope. We got some goats already up and moving. Brian C coming in, dropping a resub. He says, let's have a freaking day, fellas. Brian C, why not us? Why not us? We got Slim Smith coming in, resubbing as well. Slim Smith, you're him. W resubs. W hype train. Moving and grooving. How are my Yankees fans feeling out there today on a Monday afternoon? You guys feeling good? Even my buddies, who I just chirp constantly. I mean, you got to take advantage of times like this. You don't get many opportunities when the Yankees are playing this fucking dog shit, Jovan. They're usually pretty bad and not clutch, but they're not typically getting swept by the fucking Marlins. Are you kidding me? All my buddies were saying the last 2-3 weeks, we just need Luis Hill back. We just need Luis Hill to hop in the rotation. Next thing you know, problem solved. Jovan, remind me. Memory is a little bit foggy. How did Luis Hill look in his first start back for the Yankees yesterday?
Not great, to say the least. So they need a little bit more than that.
Dead Larry Bird, you doing okay in the chat? I'm starting to feel bad about making fun of you Yankees fans. That's how you know it's getting ugly. When I start feeling bad about that shit, he must really be struggling. You must have gotten swept by the most poverty organization in the entire sport. Oh, thank you, Goots. Luis Hill in his first start at 2025. 3.1 innings pitched, 5 hits, 5 earned runs, 4 walks. 4 walks and he threw 44 strikes out of 77 pitches. That's actually impressive. That must mean he had some dog shit at bats. Jovan, you're a baseball guy. Is this good?
No, it's not great, Krabs.
Oh. Okay. Well, you know what else is good? I'll tell you something that's actually good, not fake good, like the Yankees. Napieri coming in, giving out 1 community sub to the chat. You guys just got blessed up. Shout out Napieri. Shout out the chat. Shout out the Twitch. Shout out the YouTube. I got you guys pulled up. What's up, boys? Let's have a fucking day. Sure. What's up, Danny? Danny, you're going to make me start feeling bad about chirping the Yankees because you're a good guy. I'll try to be good, but I need a minute here. Man. Getting swept by the Marlins. I checked the data earlier today, Jovan. The Yankees aren't in second place like they've been at the last couple of weeks. They are in third place.
Unbelievable.
Third place. Pretty soon they're going to be in fourth place. Your Rays, who just traded away all their best players, are going to be passing them here in a couple of weeks here.
Yeah.
It only a matter of time.
That
would be
about that. They're kind of flounder.
A man could dream. A man could dream. Right? Who was talking about how terrible these pitchers are going to do in high leverage situations? All these bullpen guys the Yankees got last week. Who was talking about all that? And remind me from last week. It's been a while.
That game 1, which I was so mad watching it because I took the first 5 and figured that I wouldn't want to get involved with a little bullpen battle there. And what do you know? They outduel them. The Marlins do. That was a comical ending to the game. That was hilarious.
I wish we could show that tweet. We can't. We could talk through it, though, Goots. You remember what it said? I feel like Goots probably maybe taped that to his ceiling, probably, so he sees it last thing before he goes to bed. Goots, you want to get up here? We might need your help. You remember what we were talking
about the Yankees' first game with their new bullpen?
Yeah, and how they're their big 3. They're calling it up there.
I'm trying to find it right now so I can give you the exact numbers.
Yeah, man. Take your time. I'd probably
call
it.
I got it.
Oh, perfect.
You ready?
Yep.
Camilo Duvall, Dave Bednar, Jake Bird, Yankees debut. 2.1 innings pitched, 9 earned, 10 hits, 3 balls, 3 walks.
Just
9 earned runs.
9.
Shout out double agent Jose Caballero too. Lounder beat air in right field. Love that from
Wow. Already getting errors fresh off the presses.
Fresh off the presses. I guess that's why you don't trade with the Rays.
Wow.
That
Snacks.
can bite you sometimes.
Snacks woke up feeling a little different today. I could tell. I can tell by the chat. Snacks, you feeling like him today? You should be.
I will say, Bednar's career stats in Lone Depot Park in Miami are awful. So they threw him right into the fire with a high leverage situation at his worst ballpark of his career. So interesting strategy, but
they all came in and all were dog meat.
Yeah.
It was
terrible.
That was an all-time hate watch.
Couldn't be much worse. You really can't pitch much worse than giving up on average 3 runs per reliever there.
Yeah, I mean, you can't
pitch any worse, you're getting yanked before you even get a guy out, right? We got Mook 827 coming in. Jovan, you have to put meat on table for one NFL future. It can be team result or player stat / awards. What is it? The people are starting to ask, like beggars on the street. They are begging for fantasy football sleepers. They are begging for Jovan football futures. Chad, I'll go ahead and tell you right now, they're coming. They might not be ready today, but they're coming. Jovan, any thoughts here on Mook's resub? Mook, you're him. W's. Are you ready to give away your secret recipe here, your secret sauce? Or you need some
secret
more time?
sauce. Give me like what when we start going through these again in like the next week and a half when we come back from New York to put actual meat down. But leader of the clubhouse, it's probably between Nico Collins and Kyle Williams right now.
Okay. Love the Nico Collins take. Kyle Williams, I might need to see it, but we will certainly be talking about that a little bit more as we approach the season. What do you know? We got a goat lurking in here, resubbing Nerfy Chad. If nobody's told you this today or this week, you're him. You're him. Nerfy Chad, thank you for the resub. You are goated. 42 months. Whoa. That's a lot of months. That's a lot of resubs. W Nerfy Chads and W Chad. Who is worse, the Nats or the Rockies? Who's won a World Series more recently, the Yankees or the Nats? Anybody in the chat? Anybody in the chat now? It's the easiest comeback because it really does. There's nothing you can say as a Yankee fan. Once that gets brought up, you have no comeback. Trust me, I've tried out everything I have. I've thrown the kitchen sink out of my buddies. I've thrown the kitchen sink out of the chat. You can't respond.
They won a bunch of World Series when there were 5 teams in the league and they were all insurance salesmen.
Right. And those matter a lot, right?
Yeah, apparently they do.
They won all their World Series when the guy who Babe Ruth was hitting fucking nukes off of, who was throwing 85 miles an hour. Babe Ruth hitting fucking nukes cues off those guys. Same guy was delivering milk to his fucking doorstep that morning. They had to have second jobs. That's how meaningless those World Series were back then.
Like
didn't matter. Shouldn't even count.
We're being completely honest. Jose Ferrer is probably better than any pitcher back in those days.
Jose Ferrer would be throwing complete game shutouts every fucking game. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, Jose Ferrer would
just
be
based off
arrested
stuff.
for witchcraft.
A lefty throwing 99, they would not know what hit him, Jovan. Holy smokes. Hot take from Nerfy Chad. You can't claim titles for your favorite team unless you were alive to witness them. Certainly a hot take.
I feel like that's fair.
I've heard worse takes.
Nah,
I've heard worse.
1983.
Yeah, Goots says he still remembers that one.
Got it.
Goots swears to us he still remembers that World Series. He was -15.
Yeah, Goots was
negative
there.
15.
He was front row.
Goots is there in spirit. Krabs, how stoked are you for college football? I'm so stoked. I saw a video of UVA's kicker missing a 10-yarder to beat UConn a couple years ago. He missed it. UConn beat UVA 13-10. Got me so bricked up and so excited for football. Oh my gosh. I'm so ready. Couple things from the weekend here before we move on. We got to talk some football here in a second, and then we got some winners for today. We can't spend too much time. We do have a hype train moving and grooving, though. W hype train moving and grooving. W Chad, W Mook, W Nate Bieri. You guys are goated. Brian C, Slim Smith, all you guys coming in here splooging subbies on a Monday afternoon. Love to see it. God, I'm really starting to get to some of these Yankee fans in the chat. It's just turning into pure anger and all caps replies. That's how you know it's working, folks. That's how you know it's working. Let's fucking go. Come on.
In honor of Nats Week being over, figured I'd pull that up a little bit. You know?
Hashtag the end of no Nats Week. Fake fuck. Can we do Nats Week this week? We just talk about the Nats every day.
That's every week. What do you mean?
Oh, you're right. That's just every day. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cola, you get those drones Heisman tickets in? I think we were a year off. All jokes aside, you guys see that coaches poll that just dropped? The AP coaches poll on USA Today? Coaches poll just got released for college football. They've got the Gamecocks sitting at 13. 13. Can you tell it's still the offseason? These coaches are still coming back from their fucking vacations. They're still wiping the gook out of their eyeballs. 13. Yeah. For the Gamecocks?
I don't get the slurp, man. I really
13.
don't.
They got them ahead of Michigan. I know Michigan's got their hands full this season. They got sketchy QB situation. That's Michigan we're talking about, though, Jovan. And they've got the Gamecocks ranked ahead of them.
It's just insane.
Tennessee, Florida, Indiana, they're ahead of.
Coaches might know ball at 15 there, though. We'll say.
Ole Miss, hotty toddy.
We'll say.
Sure.
The 12-13 there between Illinois and South Carolina. Those hype trains, I can't wait to fade when we get to those situations.
Where are the Hokies?
Never forget the legendary "Where the Hokies" rant before last year.
Bro, they were on some of these lists. Maybe not the coaches poll from last year, but they were on a couple of these preseason rankings last year. It's usually how you know it's cake, right?
Yeah, Pat McAfee was on game day, putting him in his playoff. That's when
he had him in his bracket. People forget that. I know I was obviously all in, but Pat McAfee had the Hokies in his fucking playoff bracket last year. Nobody talks about it at all. Like it just disappears like Alzheimer's, just out of the memory.
That was the second I knew shit was going to be cake.
Not gonna lie, I knew that shit was cake when I saw that. I did. Bro, VT had really good talent last year. I wonder who told you that, Jeff. 20 NFL players. Hasn't been a steam crab since Nam. I know, Cola. I know. Saving the energy for NFL season. We'll get him back here soon. What am I supposed to bitch about? Life is good. The Yankees just got swept by the Marlins. We got football coming up here soon. There's nothing to bitch about yet. Nats don't play today. Thank fuck. They got. Honestly. Because they just
lost.
Whew. All right. Let's move on. Also, shout out the Redwoods. I want to shout out my Woods. Back-to-back wins. Back-to-back weekends. Some are saying the Redwoods might be back, trying to make the playoffs. Big-time win this weekend, upsetting the Whip Snakes. Big-time win for the Woods. I saw they all went out to a Rockies game afterwards as well. Ryder and the boys. W Team Chem. W Redwoods. That's why they're starting to play their best ball. They're saving it for the end of the season. Shout out the Redwoods locking in. Hope you guys bet some PLL this weekend. Excited to lock in for the playoffs here soon. Okay?
So back.
W Woods. What'd you guys think about Bristol? I mean,
what a disaster. Not even like the rain delay part, because like, what the fuck are you gonna do? Predict the weather? But
no,
like,
well, you can check the weather at least.
Yeah, but like they scheduled it a year in advance or year and a half in advance. So like, what are you gonna do?
Maybe don't start the game now.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say that the management of everything was very questionable.
It was terrible.
Obviously, you want to get the game in, you want to do whatever you can, but like you can see the fucking radar at that point. Like, you know this game's not happening. Don't start it up just because you're trying to get it in. So you're playing in a monsoon. Then you got the stadium running out of fucking hot dog buns and food. You're getting raw dogs and nachos with no cheese. The seats are moose. Like, that was just bad.
The food situation, insane. People paying good money for these tickets. Right here, you can't see shit. A wasted opportunity for Major League Baseball. Middle of the summer, people are dying for action. They're dying for sports. People are settling for baseball. You know, we're not settling for baseball. We're baseball guys. But people are settling for baseball. They're starving for sports talk. They're starving for anything on TV. A wasted opportunity for MLB. Once again, shocker. Not locking in and doing something the right way. You have a chance to have this game on TV. Everybody turns on their TV. It's the only fucking thing on the entire day. You have a chance to put this shit on TV and look like one of the coolest products of the season with a bazillion people in the stands. Sure, the rain fucked everything up, but there's a lot of reasons, a lot of things that just don't make a lot of sense to me, rain or shine. You got people posting pictures on the feed saying they ran out of fucking foods. They're only selling hot dogs with no buns and nachos with no cheese. Just raw chips and raw dogs. That's not weather-related, Jovan. That's just planning accordingly. That's just a shit operation.
They're also saying like they're
man.
fans were in the stadium for like 6 hours, or allowed in the stadium like 6 hours prior to the game, which is probably why they ran out of food by the time the game started or around that point. But like, if you know that, fucking figure it out. Like, it's not hard. Which I don't know why too. I think Big Cat made a good tweet about it. He was like, I don't know why MLB just tries to overcomplicate it every year. Like, do the Field of Dreams game every year, or at least like every other year. They just keep trying to pull different shit out of their ass to make it cooler and cooler. Eventually, like, it's going to run out. And the ideas are not going to be as practical, as fun. The Field of Dreams game will always be cool.
People don't give a shit about one game in baseball. They don't give a hoot about one game, right? It's a whole 162, weird sport, a lot of games. One game doesn't matter. But games like that, the Speedway Classic, are ones that people actually tune in for. People who aren't even baseball fans tune in for this shit because it's different, it's cool. They want to check it out. These are the games you have to hit on. You can't fuck these up because it's events like this that could potentially grow the game. You know who I haven't heard one person bitch about, as crazy as it is? The Savannah Banana games. I haven't seen one person bitch about a Savannah Banana game. And by the way, those are all sold out, which we don't even need to go into that. Pisses me off a little bit. They're all sold out. Haven't seen one picture of raw dogs or nachos with no cheese at a Savannah Banana games. They prepare, they figure it out. I hate to give them credit, but they do it the right way. Jovan, MLB has one opportunity this season to do a cool game like this and show up the bananas, show the rest of the world that they can have, 100,000 people at a game. Make it work. It looks cool as shit on TV. That home run, that replay, the home run that Bookit posted to left field and the entire crowd back there with the NASCAR stands, that was sick. We needed more shit, more clips of that, more moments of that, not raw dogs and nachos with no cheese. Again, MLB just constantly fucking up the easy little things. It's embarrassing. You go into this game knowing it's going to be a shit show. There's going to be 100,000 people here. Let's get some extra dogs. My goodness, it's not rocket science. And here we go.
Dude, just.
I mean, they had everyone out there. Markakis, Adam Jones, Matt Wieters.
It's insufferable.
Here we go.
I can't do it with them.
Electric.
People show up. It's like it's always sold out. It's always a big product. For whatever reason, people like it. At least they know how to do like the fan experience, right? MLB could never do that shit.
I've said it before. I'll say it again. The only thing I give a hoot about for the bananas is the guy on stilts. He's him. I'll double down on the stilts tech. Because I see people in the chat talking about, they're saying stilts guy would bat fifth for the Nats. He probably fucking would.
He'd probably bat second.
Dude rakes.
CJ.
Dude rakes.
CJ and then stilts.
More of a contact hitter. You're probably right. 2-hole makes a lot more sense. Stilts guy.
Definitely.
I want Stilts guy on BTL next year.
Stilts
Put
guy
that on the goals list. I want Stilts guy on the show.
James Wood these days, man.
Some are saying they rather have Stilts guy at the dish than James Wood right now. They are, not me.
Yeah, James Wood is seeing poppy seeds up there.
Yeah. Remember, CJ did this in his rookie year as well and came back this year and he's fucking goated. Nobody cares. They act like he's the worst shortstop in baseball. He's literally the best.
He'll be fine. He's just right now.
We're going to talk about CJ Abrams being one of the best shortstops in baseball. Nobody gives a hoot.
Yeah, I love CJ. This is really bad, Krabs.
You don't compliment him enough, though, I'll say.
CJ?
You don't?
I love CJ. That's probably one of my most complimented Nats players.
Gets no love. Gets no love. The Derby might have killed his swing. Yep. Or he's just tired as shit playing all of these games and not used to playing 100, 162 in one season. He's never done that. Maybe that's more realistic, huh? The guy's 6'7". He's probably a little fucking tired at this point. Krabs making up for lost time last week. You're goddamn right. And
now look at this.
And this is when we move on. I put foot down and we talk about some football, folks. You guys ready? Come on.
Come on. Friday.
Let's talk about some football, folks.
Oh, quick.
We're going to talk football. Here's the deal. We're talking Chargers. We're talking honorable mention all week this week for college football playoffs. Teams that we love in college football this year. Some honorable mentions, if you will. Javon's is fucking nuts, by the way. We'll get to it.
It's not a playoff team, but it's just more so the win total bet.
It is nuts. It's nuts. We'll talk about it in a second. And then we're going to get to winners for today on the diamonds. I'm sure you guys are in no rush. It's baseball today only. Again, how does the WNBA not have games today? Who's in charge of the schedule? How fucking hard can it be to have one game on a Monday night to get people to watch it on ESPN? How fucking hard can it be? It's not. It's not. I wanted a WNBA play on the Sharp Report today. Couldn't have it because all the games are stacked tomorrow. Riddle me that. You want to grow that game, put the games on every fucking night of the week when there's no football on yet. That's rule number one on how you grow the game. Could not be easier. Just one game every day. Holy smokes. All right, let's talk some football. I want to talk the Chargers. Sneaky good year last year for the Chargers. Let's talk about them. Out of nowhere.
Before that, quick recaps from Friday. Gets his ass.
You want to recap Friday? All right. What a play.
Great play. Another one of those that I swear every single time you take a first 5 total goes the opposite way full game. It's just unbelievable cap from you.
Impressive. I had that.
Really had that.
Full game over, first 5 under.
You should honestly, you should take that. Like every first 5 total.
I'd be up coins doing that this year. Yeah.
You'd be Jeffrey.
Holy smokes. Yeah, W play there. W squad ride on Friday. Thank you guys for trusting and putting my play to win the squad ride poll. That was kind of cool. Very rare. Let's move on to the Sharp Report recap. See how we did overall. Jovan carried. Shocker. 3-2. Great day on a Friday. That's how you finish the week strong, my man. Great work.
Yeah. Marlins.
Great work.
Could have been Jeff. Unreal.
Yeah, shout out to Stanton. He fucked both of us.
Yeah, he did. That home run.
What am I doing fading the only guy on the Yankee team who actually is clutch and can actually do shit that doesn't shit down leg in a big moment? What am I doing? It's the one guy who actually is clutch. Not here fading.
Unreal.
That's on me. First 5 Twins ML, that was a shit play. They might have came back and won that game, or at least they made it close. I forget.
I think they lost on extras.
They still lost. Yes, they did. Yes, they did lose in extras. Ship bet, and then the first 5 under was a push, so 2-2 from me. Let's step it up. Let's level up a little bit on a Monday. Okay?
Sure.
Cola.
I would also like to say,
to be talking about that yet, Cola.
I put a legitimate half unit $50 on Brewers' high scoring team. I have never been more mad at a wager than that, Krabs. Never been more mad.
What, yesterday or Friday?
Friday. Scored 16 runs, and then the Pirates-Rockies game happened.
Hook. That is a quail shit hook. Oh.
Really bad.
Bad.
I was already moving on when the Pirates scored 9 in the first. Then they kind of fizzled out for a while. Then it picked back up. Then the Rockies came back, and the walk-off killed the dead heat. So even when I had something back, that was just insane. So
that's bad. I'll say it. That's bad. We got a party at 7 coming in hot. Danny Richmond. Appreciate you coming in with the raid here. Your table's ready, Danny? Sure. We got the Falking one and only coming in, dropping a follow as well. W Falking. Dobbs. W Durango. I'm definitely saying that wrong. Dur 3K. We'll just leave it at that. W resub 34 months. Whoa. A sneak long-term resubber. Holy smokes. W Dur 3K there. All right. Let's talk about the Chargers. Enough recapping, enough talking about the past. Let's talk about the Chargers. Okay. 9.5 win total. Minus 130 to make the playoffs. Certainly a team that might be interested in maybe fading to make the playoffs this year in the Big 2-5. But to win the division, plus 290. To win the bowl, plus 2,600. The Chargers, out of nowhere last year, they got a new coach, and all of a sudden they were 11-6. I will say, not talked about enough. As we get another subby coming in here from Easy Puck. Nobody talked about the Chargers. People like betting them week to week, but I mean, if I would have asked you what was the Chargers' record last year, you probably wouldn't say 11-6 after a couple months off of football. It's quick to forget, right? We're quick to forget how solid they were last year, 11-6. Herbert had a great year, did not turn the ball over at all. I remember I kept trying to fade his interception squares last year with the red charts. I feel like Prize Picks knew what they were doing there. The guy just wasn't throwing picks. W. Jeremiah Baez in the YouTube chat as well. Love to see it. But the win total's at 9.5. Probably where it should be after a pretty solid season. Jovan, that was their first good season in well, actually, they've been pretty solid the last 3 to 4 years. 9-8, 10-7, 5-12 the year before. Coaching changed, then 11-6. But before those years, they were pretty fucking bad for a little bit. Are you buying into this Chargers team that doesn't have a ton of new additions? Pretty much is a pretty similar squad as last year, but at a couple skill positions, they do upgrade in the draft. Trey Harris, a guy I'm certainly in on, I think has a pretty solid year. Almost took him in my best bet for this team. We'll talk about why I wanted to fade Amari and Hampton here in a second, but you had Najee Harris as well. You know, their offensive coordinator, former Ravens guy, Greg Roman, is a sucker for using 2, even 3 running backs. Likes using them all pretty equally. So we'll see what they end up doing at the RB position there. Defense looks pretty solid as well. They have a couple new additions, but overall, same squads. Some big name guys at the end of their careers, Derwin James, Khalil Mack. They got enough talent. They do. Jovan, are you buying into the Chargers? Do you think Harbaugh leads them to another solid season? Are they winning 10 plus, maybe even 11 games again in back-to-back seasons? Or are you trying to sell high on the Los Angeles Chargers?
Kind of in between about them, but I'm definitely leaning more on the sell high side for a couple different reasons. Because like the team got better, I guess, in the areas that are a little less obvious to people. Like, you know, it was really bad for them last season was there was pressure coming off the middle against Justin Herbert. It seemed every other down. So like it's the hardest thing as a quarterback when you're getting consistently pressured up the middle. The offensive line, all the ads they made, they were solid on the outside, but on the inside they were nuts. So like they went out and got some ads there. So like you would think the protection is going to be better for Justin Herbert, but he did all that last year and still only threw 3 picks. So like that was crazy, an insane stretch, and they won 11 games a lot because of that, because he was able to win the turnover margin damn near every single game. So now you bring in some weapons, sure. Like everybody thinks Lambert Smith's going to be the greatest wide receiver of all time. Amari Hampton is already the next Saquon Barkley. Feels like we're going to get back into this cycle where we're not going to be incredibly impressive or impressed with the weapons that Justin Herbert has around him come midseason, and then it's going to be Mr. If back again in the same place we always are with Justin Herbert. Like if he had this, if he had that, Justin Herbert and the word if should be married at this point because he gets every excuse in the book. I still am a Justin Herbert fan. I think he's a great quarterback, but we get way too carried away with the conversations he's in. I think maybe 2 years away, maybe next year, and you get some additional ads because like I still want to see some certified dogs that have experience in that receiving room, and you don't quite have that yet. You have like a lot of names that can develop, and you'll see that like throughout the first year, especially with like the rookies Trey Harris and Lambert Smith. We'll see how they compete, and obviously Amari and Hampton as a running back, but I want guys with experience. I think they need to develop an alpha, especially in the receiving room, which they don't really have at this point yet. You have a bunch of guys who could be it in due time, but that's what I really need to really move the needle for me, for Justin Herbert in this offense. Because like the defense is going to be fine, even though they were not as good as like you would have thought last year, especially like week to week. We talk about or hear about, I guess, more so how this Chargers defense is just like a fortress. It really wasn't, especially come second half of the year. Like against like much better offenses too, they really, really struggled at a lot of points in the end of the year. They were just dominating a lot of these much worse offenses, to be honest with you. So not quite in. I do think it's a little odd looking at their win total that it's, you know, it's a little slightly juiced towards the under at 9.5. What are you really going to put it at, I guess? But they just seem like a middling team to me.
W Subbies coming in here from Easy Puck, the Gummy One. You guys are goated. I appreciate you guys. A couple YouTube chatters as well lurking. I see you, Zach Marr. You're him. Appreciate you holding on the YouTube. Like Herbert, great regular season guy. Kind of like reminds me of the Yankees a little bit. W comp. But usually plays pretty good in the regular season, but in big moments, lights are bright, doesn't usually show up. They're not going to show up in the playoffs. Have not seen him really clutch up and you know, help his team have a crazy comeback or win his team a game. He's usually just pretty solid. When the lights are bright, I don't typically want my money, my coins on Justin Herbert. But again, he's still relatively young in his career, and he could still develop into, you know, a really good QB. He's definitely an above average QB in the NFL. And he sneakily, statistically at least, had a very impressive season last year. His best of his career, had over 100 QBR, had 38, almost 3,900 yards, 23 touchdowns to 3 picks. That's an insane ratio. Insane. The guy was great last year. But when it matters, is Herbert a guy you want your money on? I don't know, man. I'm not ready to say I'm ready to have my coins on him when the lights are bright yet. I'll be honest. I think he's a regular season merchant coming off his best season. I don't know if I'm seeing it. Right? Kind of want to sell this team high a little bit. Mainly want to fade Amari and Hampton for a couple reasons. Number one, Watching the Hall of Fame game, watching him try to score, on, the goal line set there. And again, it's one goal line set. Doesn't mean much, but tell me you can't break a tackle or two and get in there against mainly twos. Omarion Hampton, everybody's acting like you're Saquon Barkley, like Jovan's saying. Can't get 1 yard on the goal line. Already was a little bit concerned heading into the season for Omarion Hampton for a couple reasons. A great ACC player, but people are already calling him an ACC merchant. They might be right. Also, a lot of miles on those legs last year, man. Jesus.
Yeah.
Guy had a ton of yards. Ton of yards.
And, look, I know you're an ACC guy, but like let's be realistic. I was talking about this with Dave because Dave loves Omarion Hampton. How many ACC running backs have put up those numbers and actually been successful in the league outside of Florida State guys?
I mean, it's definitely
Not
less
very
than
many.
50%.
There's not too many. It seems like there's always these generational ACC running backs that set records at their own school, and then what do you know? They get to the league with all this hype and flop. Now, Omarion Hampton's definitely one of the better ones out of those group, of course, outside of like the Cooks, but it feels like, again, like the same cycle we always get in with a lot of these ACC running backs.
So I'm seeing Greg Roman as the OC. We know how he rolls. He was one of the first. I'm not calling him I'm not ready to call him a great offensive coordinator. I think he's okay. Sure, Goots has his thoughts.
He's the worst coordinator ever to exist.
Yeah, they did pretty good last year, though, offensively overall. Don't love him, though, as a coordinator. One thing we do know about him as a coordinator, he's a sucker for a 2 RB team, 2 RB backfield, maybe even 3. He's one of the first guys to do that. A little bit in Baltimore. Loved using multiple RBs. Loved using an RB by committee, game plan. And again, even with, drafting the rookie, I don't think that changes in the Big 2-5. Everybody is so hype about Omarion Hampton. And again, they should be. This team won 11 games last year. You're picturing a Chargers, another great season, a playoff season, 11 wins. They're going to be up in a lot of games. They're going to be running the ball a lot. That doesn't mean Omarion Hampton's going to be running the ball a lot. Let's not forget this team still has Najee Harris, who's out there trying to prove himself. He gets to hit the reset button on his new squads. Not saying he's good, but certainly like his chances better on the goal line. What is Najee Harris good at? He's really only good for getting 2 or 3 yards. He's not breaking shit. You want an RB who's going to break a big run? In my opinion, that's Omarion Hampton. You need a touchdown on the goal line. You're going with Najee Harris. If you're not, you're making the wrong move, in my opinion. That's what they bring him in here for. They also got Vital as well. Pretty thick RB too. Would not be surprised if we see him on the goal line as well. There's a reason why Omarion Hampton's touchdown square, when everybody's acting like he's the next big running back in this league, guys, there's a reason why his touchdowns is only at 6.5. I want to fade it. I want to fade this RB by committee because, again, I don't think Omarion Hampton's going to be utilized a ton on the goal line for the reasons you saw in the Hall of Fame game. He's good to break a couple tackles. He's a solid RB, but Greg Roman's not going to throw him out there and give him, Christian McCaffrey type snaps or Saquon Barkley type snaps, number one. And number two, is he really the guy they're going to go with on the goal line? You got big-ass Herbert there available to QB sneak and get a touchdown. You got Najee Harris, who's a little bit more of a bruiser than Hampton, in my opinion. This is what you're paying him to come over and do, is get those 4th and 1s and get those goal line touchdowns. You got Vital as well involved. Guys, I'm not seeing Hampton getting 7 touchdowns on the ground. I'm not even seeing 5. Fade him. Take us less than 6.5 and make some coins.
Sure. Certainly in.
What do you like for the Chargers? What's your best bet or best prize pick square for the Chargers?
Go with your favorite, Krabs. One of your
Crazy.
favorites. I think the final tally was 11 straight weeks without a pick for Justin Herbert last year. And I went back for shits because, as much as we're talking somewhat negatively about like Herbert and the Chargers and everything around him, like 23-3 with the season they put together is no joke. A lot of that was just because, though, the system is run the ball first, make Herbert throw the ball when he needs to, which that's kind of the reason, one of the reasons, I guess, kind of separate conversation that I just don't like this whole team fit because I want Justin Herbert in like a Bengals system where he can sling the rock. I don't want him in the system that kind of diminishes what he is as a quarterback because I do think he can be the guy that everybody tries to think he is. He just doesn't really have the chances, I guess, in this system currently. But even when it comes to the playoffs, he disappoints. But separate conversation. 23-3, absolutely no joke. When he was under pressure, he didn't throw a single pick, or not under pressure, he didn't throw a single pick last year, which again was pretty impressive because he was under a lot more pressure than I think people give him credit for. A lot up the middle too, because the interior offensive line was weak all year. Now he made some ads. He's not going to be under nearly as much pressure, I think, over the course of this year. But when you look at the history of some of these guys, Krabs, that have just amazing seasons, which I boiled it down to, like, you can go through different guys every single year at different levels of their career. Like the big one last year, and it was a rookie to sophomore jump, sure, but like CJ Stroud, played the entirety of the year. He threw 5 interceptions in his rookie year. Went up to 12 last year. You could even go to like some lower tier quarterbacks like Danny Dimes in 2022 only had 5 picks in 16 game Krabs. You know what he did the next year when he didn't even start all season? He only started 6 games. He had 6 picks in those games. So like it's crazy what happens to a lot of these. You can even go to like MVP Rodgers, which MVP Rodgers is like he's the elite of the elite. He breaks this trend a lot of times, but the last one that he did happened to be his last season in Green Bay, where he came off the 37-4 season in 2021. And what do you know, 2022, that number of 4 goes right up to 12. So a lot of these guys, I guess like sub 5 interceptions in a season while playing the whole year, they will go up the next year. And it's a lot just plain luck too. Like frankly, like Justin Herbert also had a couple interceptions that I remember, especially when we were sweating those squares, that went right off a guy's hands. This season, I think, too, like as much as you want to lean on the run game, as much as the system is that, you're not going to get anywhere, especially against these tougher defenses. Because look at the slate of run defenses they face. They're actually, like last year, I think they were top 5 in the league with the easiest run defense schedule, which worked in their favor tremendously. This year, they're in the bottom half of the league. I think they're sitting around like 19 or 20, like with easiest or hardest. So you're not going to have the same chances, I think, especially like early on. I think Najee and Amari Hampton are not going to put up the numbers that people expect, and you're going to make Justin Herbert throw the ball down the field a little more. So like similar to how we're talking about like Josh Allen, how well he protected the ball last year. This year, you're going to be in a little different of a situation. Herbert is also going to be. So I was a little surprised. There are some pretty low numbers on the board. I was expecting a tick lower for Herbert. Feels pretty telling.
I mean, it's just the nastiest square you can take for this team. I love it. After he had just an unbelievable season taking care of the football last year. It's what he did best in the Big 2-4.
His streak is almost as much as the actual interception, or the interception number is almost as much as the streak itself.
Yeah.
Need
Insane.
9. He went 11 straight weeks.
Insane. Automatically have to fade him. Legally obligated to fade him after a year like that. And you'd expect them to stretch the field a little bit more. You don't draft a guy, Trey Harris, to be as conservative as he were last year. You draft Trey Harris to take some shots down the field.
Yeah.
Ladd McConkey as well, who's been a deep threat guy his whole college career, right?
I was going to say, like, Ladd's resurgence was great because it kept Herbert with like a pretty big safety net, like across the middle of the field, because he was always fucking open. Like when I look at all these guys that they have that kind of need to prove themselves, I'm talking about them needing an alpha to be the 2 in the wide receiving room. Like, who knows if they're going to bring back Keenan Allen? I assume that would happen at some point, but he's washed and probably only going to play a couple games. But like all the other guys, between QJ, between Lambert Smith, between Trey Harris, those are guys where you stretch the field. So Herbert, as much as he really wanted to keep the ball underneath, and that was clearly the plan last year, I don't think that's exactly the same in the pass game this year.
You know who I like on this team? You probably won't see a lot of them, though. Just had to mention this one. Oronde Gadsden.
Oh, talk to me, Krabs, because I took him yesterday, one of my dynasty drafts.
You know I'm an ACC guy. Talk about passing the eye test. Pops is a stud athlete as well. Oronde Gadsden. Talk about a great guy to stash in your dynasty league like Javon's talking about right now. If you're pretty weak on tight ends and you can take a flyer on a guy, you don't even need a draft. You can probably just pick him up, although you might have to draft him. You did yesterday, right?
I did, yeah.
You did yesterday. Okay, so maybe you do have to draft him a little bit later in your rookie draft.
I think I took him with my last pick, though.
Okay, that makes sense.
And,
smart move.
It was only a
lot of potential. Okay. Yeah, so if you're in a normal 5-round draft for a rookie draft, you probably do need to use up a pick on him. Oronde Gadsden. This he is big. He's a large target. Look, Will Dissly had a great year last year when he was healthy. They got Tyler Conklin as well. They got a couple of veteran guys who this upcoming season, they're going to be the 1 and 2 option there, in the tight end room. But don't let Oronde Gadsden get hot. I like what I'm seeing out of this kid. He certainly passes the eye test. I'm excited to see if he can make an impact in his rookie year. Probably more of a late round flyer and a guy who might do something towards the end of his rookie contract, though. But he's got the physical intangibles. That's for sure. Big guy. I like Gadsden. Great at Syracuse. Great at Syracuse. We'll see what he can do in the Big 2-5 or going forwards.
I don't know what
the bar's taking Disley. Sure.
I was about to say, I don't know what Disley's contract is off the top of my head. I feel like he's there for maybe another year past this year, but I know for a fact Conklin has only signed a year deal there. So this feels like, at the very least, like a Disley or Conklin injury definitely gets him some reps. But after this year, like, I don't really know what to do. I think it's
Disley has 2 more years and he's a free agent.
Yeah, so I think he's getting the keys after that at the bare minimum, but I think he's the solidified 2 after this season for sure.
Okay. All right. In an offense, we expect to be passing a little bit more than people are expecting after a good year. They might be down in a couple games. They might need to take some more shots, have Herbert throw some more picks, hit their new receiver, Trey Harris, or shit. Maybe their new tight end nobody's talking about, Oronde Gadsden. Don't let him get hot. It might be too late. Okay. Yeah. W Chargers talk. Any other nugs, thoughts, futures, or anything else you want to say about this team from LA?
No, not too much. Okay. We've been, I guess, we talked about them pretty negatively, but it's not like a team that I think is going to completely flop or like miss the playoffs. Maybe they missed the playoffs, but that's not my sticking point or anything. Like, I still think they're going to be great and be competitive, especially like I think they are going to do what they always do, which is run through a lot of the easier teams they face, be in a lot of coin flip games against the better teams. It's just, I just can't get away with this is the ceiling year for the Chargers. I mean, granted, people do that every year, but this year especially, can't do it.
Yep, everybody at the bar's taking Disley. Sure they can. Sure they can. All right, let's move, let's groove, let's talk some college football here, guys. We're talking some honorable mentions, some teams that we like. Maybe don't love them, did not have them in our playoffs, but teams that we like in the Big 2-5, teams we can expect to improve a little bit, and I'm not going in order. There's some teams I got in higher regard than Florida State, but just a team I wanted to talk about here this week. I think a team that could certainly bounce back. I mean, Jovan, are there teams out there in college football that fell off more in the Big 2-4 than Florida State?
No. That was bad.
I don't know.
Really bad.
I don't think there are. It doesn't get much worse than whatever the fuck we saw from Florida State last year in the Big 2-4. My goodness. Mike Norvell, a lot of attention. Is he going to get fired? Is he going to leave? This team was weird. They're trying to leave the conference. They're doing a lot of bitching. Not a lot of winning. A lot of bitching over the last year or two for this Florida State team. A ton. And Jovan, if you take a peep at their squads, I mean, they have an entirely new team. It's insane. You don't see this very often. You see a lot of transfers in the portal, but you don't see a lot of teams with an entirely new starting projected lineup on offense and defense as well. Half the guys are from new schools. A lot of older guys coming in though as well. Let's talk about the offense here for a second. New QB, who I know you like. I certainly like him as well. Stays in the conference as well. Revenge narrative. He's talking a lot of shit this offseason. My goodness. Not a lot of QBs talking more shit than Thomas Castellanos. I don't know if he deserves to talk this much shit, to be honest with you. I'm not typically backing guys like that, but number one, he's either extremely confident and feeling good and trusting his game. If he's going out here saying we're going to beat Alabama, I don't know if I'm seeing them beating Bama. No. But I do think they win 7 games. Shit, I think they might win 8, to be honest with you. This is a team I almost had making the playoffs. They're in a shit conference, although this is a shit conference I expect to actually improve a little bit in the Big 2-5. Jovan, I talked about how weird it is to see, you can see, over-unders for, how many teams make the college football playoffs from each conference. They have that up as a cool, cheeky future on one of the books we're not going to name because no free ads. But the ACC, man, the over 1.5 teams to make the college football playoffs is at 190, minus 190, not plus, minus 190 for 2 teams to go from the ACC. Much more juice on that than a lot of other conferences that people like and respect more, like the Big 12. That's crazy. We know Clemson's going. Who else is going? Probably not the Hokies. Maybe
Definitely
it's
not the
Florida
Hokies.
State.
God, no, not the Hokies.
Maybe it's Georgia Tech, a team that me and a lot of people are very high on this year as well, right? There's some
GT,
solid squads.
SMU.
SMU was in it last year. Maybe they run it back. I'm not seeing it, though. We'll talk about them probably at some point this week. Maybe not, honestly. Miami is a team that I just can't stand their coach or QB. I'm fading those two gents a ton this season. Louisville's certainly a team that's getting slept on, and maybe we'll talk about them this week, honestly.
Yeah, their schedule's cake.
Their schedule is softer than baby shit. Yep.
Yeah.
But Florida State is a team, I want to get out ahead of this one. I want to look really smart. I love looking smart and taking shit teams to do cool things. Here's mine. In the ACC and the Big 2-5, a Mike Norvell bounce back season, a Florida State bounce back season, a team that simply has too much money to suck. A team that upped their NIL package in the Big 2-5, paid an entirely new team to come in and play. Thank God, good riddance. Those guys last year stunk. Remember they lost to what? Georgia Tech in that first game of the season? Was that over in Ireland?
In Ireland, right? Yeah.
Weirdest game ever.
And people thought Georgia Tech were like just the greatest team of all time because of it, when in reality FSU was just nuck.
Yes. And with Billy, of course I knew this. Give me a fucking break.
Did you know this?
I did recently learn that. Was it last year when Rad's Week 0 was a full fate? I actually don't remember that. I cannot confirm it or deny it.
I can.
Okay.
I confirm.
Well, there we go. Unbelievable. Look, I'm buying back in to this team. They bought an entirely new roster. Could be a good thing because the guys they had last year were a bunch of losers. Bunch of guys who gave up. Bunch of me guys out there. Thinking Mike Norvell back against the wall. Just got embarrassed for 12 straight games, pretty much, give or take. Absolutely embarrassed. After this team was supposed to make the college football playoffs the year before. Embarrassed. Not many teams with that crazy of a fall off. This is the perfect time to buy low on the Florida State Seminoles, a team that has a very easy schedule, a team that has a new QB, a team that has a pretty good receiver coming in, and Squirrel White might be the name of the season. Squirrel White. Come on.
Goat.
Come on, Jovan.
From Tennessee. Shout out the Vols.
From Tennessee. Shout out the Vols. They have an entirely new wide receiver room. They got a whole new offensive line. 4 out of 5 guys. Thank God. Because their O-line last year was terrible. Terrible. Their defense, they had 5 new projected starting pieces as well. Thank God. They're all redshirt sophomore or redshirt juniors and seniors. All older guys. Thank goodness. Their D-line last year stunk it up as well. They got a whole new squad in there. A couple new linebackers as well. I'm excited for this Florida State team, and I like their schedule. Sure, they're probably not beating Bama like Thomas Castellanos is yapping about. Probably not. But they're certainly beating East Texas A&M. They're probably beating Kent State.
That's probably
certainly beating BA.
It's probably the 2 easiest non-conference games anybody has, if I had to guess.
Smart. Let's build some confidence up. That's what this team is lacking right now, Jovan. They got the roster talent, they got the coaches, they got the NL money, confidence. And what'd they do? They started out with the most cupcake schedule, besides Bama, of course. Obviously, that's a weird game to start the season on. That's pretty much just a loss, sunk cost. Yeah. That's okay. I honestly like that better for them. No pressure. No pressure whatsoever for the Seminoles in that game against Bama. All the pressure's on Bama there. They played 2 terrible teams in East Texas A&M and Kent State. Then they play UVA. They're 3-1 through those 4 games. Great start. Exactly what this Florida State Seminoles team needs. Okay?
You know exactly what this one's going to come down to.
And then they play Miami.
They ain't beating Miami.
That's a tough game, but I'll give them 1 win between Miami and Pitt. They play Pitt up next as well at home. I'll give them 1 win there. It's probably going to be Pitt. Could be Miami. It's 4 wins. And they play at Stanford, and then they play Wake Forest at home. I'll give them 1 win there, but could easily give them 2, to be honest with you. I'm being conservative here. That's 5.
You probably might want to give them 2 if you're going for 7 here.
I don't know, man. I only need 1. They play Clemson. That's a loss. They play the Hokies. They win that game. Unfortunately for me, that's 6 wins. And they play NC State. That's a win as well. 7. And they play Florida at the end of the season. Rivalry game. Weird shit happens. That could be a win as well. That could be 8 wins. At least 7 I'm seeing. And that was being extremely conservative going through their fucking schedule. Extremely conservative. Most will give them 2 wins against Stanford and Wake Forest. Wake Forest is terrible.
You lost me at the end there.
Big game for the Seminoles there to close out the season against your Gators.
You really lost me at the end there.
Lock in a two-piece parlay then, Picks with Deej. They got the lines out already. Lock in a two-piece parlay with the same Miami and Florida. Should be a good look if it's that easy, right?
That game was really weird last year, though, I will say. And I mean,
it's always weird. It's Florida State. We're acting like it's already a W for Florida. What are we doing here?
Probably is.
7 wins easily. Probably 8. Florida State's back. Florida State's back in the Big 2-5. Thoughts?
No, I'm with you. I think they're going to be a lot better, which is probably pretty telling. I mean, the line is juiced over either a juicy 6.5 or plus chick 7.5. I mean, looking at their schedule too, because they have some auto losses in there. So those margins for error is relatively small, like you were talking about when going through. So something's got to give.
Let me go ahead and just correct you right there, respectfully. No such thing as an auto loss or an auto win in this conference.
I can assure you there's an auto loss. And I was also including Bama in that as an auto loss.
I don't know, man.
Krabs, would you have Bama number 2 in the country? You think they're doing that, losing to FSU?
That game will be closer than people expect. I don't think they win that game, but I do think they'll cover. It'll be close.
I can respect the cover for sure.
NC State catching strays on BTL in the Big 2-5. It's just, I mean, Andrew, I respect your heart, and I love that logo from the Wolfpack, but I think you and me can both agree their team looks like shit. Their team looks like shit. They got a decent QB. The rest of the team sucks.
I'm not even a CJ Bailey guy either.
I think he's okay. Krabs, if they land on 6, you have to go to the New Mexico Bowl or wherever they go. No, I don't. You do. How about that? You have to go. You have to go.
New Mexico Bowl goated. People forget.
Probably playing the Hokies.
Future CFP TC Horned Frogs ran that last year, dropping knock.
Also, have you noticed everybody in chat saying Florida State's not beating Virginia Tech? Where's the VT love coming from right now?
No,
you guys beat VT's guts.
They're for sure beating Virginia Tech. That's the one.
I mean,
it might come down to that, which is hilarious.
I love this win total over. I know it's a little bit juicy. I wouldn't mind an over 7.5 at plus chicken. I think they're winning 8 or 9 games in the Big 2-5. That's why I have them here as my honorable mention.
Yeah, I can respect that. I can talk about it. I'm with you that they're going to be so much better, and I respect the crazy takes because mine's not far behind on the next one.
Team that nobody is talking about, not one out of the 8 billion people. I'll be the first to rip the Band-Aid off and do it. I'm buying Florida State stock.
Buy the Noles.
Buy the Noles. Jovan, I don't know if the people are ready for this shit. Let's talk about it.
Sure.
Terps.
The Terps. Sure, this gets Goots' blood boiling, but this is like this team is going to be an absolute disaster some games, but they're going to be really fucking fun in some of these games too. So I think they're winning 5 wins. That's the baseline of this wager here, and that's probably a close to candidate for the big 3 come time the actual season starts. But this team is super, super young. Super young. Like Malik Washington is goated, and I think he gets slept on because like he's this prize freshman out of all like the quarterbacks that are up there for like the top 5 recruits. They're all at actual schools, so like he doesn't really get talked about too much. But I think he's going to be one of the more exciting quarterbacks in all of the Big Ten. The problem is just the team around him, but I do think he has some pieces. The big issue is like the offensive line, but some of the pieces around him are like great. Like Nolan Ray, if you watched him a little bit last year, he's going to be, I assume, starting for them this year. He's a sophomore, but showed a lot of flashes last year. You got Dorian Fleming coming over from Georgia State, goated tight end. Khalil Farouk coming over too, great wide receiver. Octavian Smith's coming back, so like he's the super experienced guy on the offense. Like he doesn't have terrible, he doesn't have terrible weapons around him, and we know what the Terps can do in the receiving room. The defense has plenty of questions, sure, but they got a relative level of experience with some of those guys there. But I think this team is going to be peskier than people realize, which obviously when you're talking about a 4.5 fucking win total team, you're splitting hairs. But looking at their schedule real quick, it's really interesting because, like, obviously you can tell why their win total is 4.5. You start off with 3 cupcakes. Not that it's impossible for them to lose, probably to FAU or Northern Illinois. We saw Northern Illinois beat Notre Dame last year. I don't think they're going to do it. I think they're going to start 3-0, all 3 of those games at home, of course. The challenge, I guess, comes from picking 2 Big Ten games that you really think they're going to win. The plus side is they avoid Penn State, they avoid Ohio State, they avoid Oregon. The only like true big dogs they got to play are Michigan and Indiana, which both of those are at home, so I wouldn't rule out some crazy shit. But the one like big spot that I guess I do have circled for them in conference is Washington, which I'm a Washington respecter this year, 100%. But remember when USC came cross country to Maryland last year? I think it might have been the squad ride that day. But they came cross country, super weird spot. Yes, Maryland was a little better and more experienced last year, and they probably will be going into this year. But this is a like mid-season game by the time where I think they'll have gelled. Washington, the week before they go to Maryland, they host Ohio State in Seattle. So regardless of what happens in that game, you're coming cross country after that game. Have fun. That screams like trap spot of century. And to be honest with you, like a lot of these spots for a lot of these teams going to Maryland are not incredibly well either. So like Nebraska is in a tricky spot. They're probably not winning at Wisconsin. They're probably not winning, I mean, even at Illinois, even though I'm not too high on Illinois. Probably not beating Michigan. All the other games I feel like are pretty open to me. Like I could so see them even like going cross country themselves and beating UCLA. I could see them going beating Michigan State if all things don't pan out well like everybody thinks with dog meat trials and that offense. Like I could see them knocking off Nebraska, who everybody has penciled in for 1 billion wins and being the greatest team of all time. Especially with like how fun and variable I think this offense is going to be. There are going to be games where they get bageled and they put up just an awful, horrendous offensive performance. But with the upside and the talent, I think there's going to be some games where they look incredibly explosive. And I do like that maybe it's a scapegoat for Mike Locksley to kind of push all his chips in the door and say it's not my fault. But you're firing both your coordinators and bringing in new play calling on both sides of the ball. Kind of feels like the last stand for him. If you don't get a somewhat respectable season, which I don't know what that means for, I guess, the management over at Maryland and the athletic department, probably means bowl game, if I had to guess, Krabs. I think you're getting 5. I think the upside's there for 6, certainly, to save Mike Locksley's job. But this is back against the wall, throw all your chips in. You really got no choice, especially because you got to not only prove that you can run a competent program, but with how young this program is, you got to prove that there's some upside, not just in your coaching, but like in all the players that you brought in too, starting with Malik Washington, who, again, I think it's going to be great. I'm super excited to watch him play, but I think they're making something shake.
I think Malik Washington will be the best true freshman quarterback in college football this year.
Wow. And JJ in chat, do not like Illinois this year. I feel like I've made that clear. They're in the same boat to me. But I'm with you, Krabs. Malik Washington's going to be electric. And JD Krabs. JD Krabs. Krabs versus technology is just rivalry of century. That might be better than Yankees Red Sox. Too much Nats talk. Might have done it. That might be Moose Knock. Get him up here. He's literally Frozone, Trenty. Frozone.
Back.
There he goes.
Back. That was weird.
Aaron Boone got you?
Yeah, he's trying his hardest. If I ever disappear, you guys know who did it. It's probably somebody involved with the Yankees organization. Maybe Aaron Judge himself. There's not a lot of freshman QBs who play in the Big 2-5 in college football. Not even a lot of redshirt freshmen that start a QB in college football. But Jovan, call my shot here. Malik Washington, the best freshman QB in the country in the Big 2-5. Get ready. He's him.
Ready.
He's him. This guy could have gone anywhere he wanted. Had offers everywhere. He'd have to sit and wait around for a couple years. Wasn't feeling it. He walked up to College Park. He's one of the handful of guys that actually went to College Park and kept his fucking commitment to that school. I don't blame the other kids. It's very easy to get guys to commit initially to Maryland because there's a ton of talent around the area. They always commit. And then they get a call from Ohio State. And then they decommit. It happens every fucking year. Malik Washington stayed. He convinced a couple of his teammates to join the squad as well. And no bias whatsoever in this take. He went to my rival high school. I want to root against this kid. I can't. He's a fucking stud. He went to Spalding. He's a Glen Burnie kid from Maryland. Goots. He is legit.
I don't know.
Malik Washington.
I don't know.
Yep.
I typically don't like to root for Spalding kids, Krabs.
Neither do I. That makes two of us.
Yeah.
But even I can't resist. Back in Malik Washington in the Big 2-5. I can't.
I don't know enough about him to trip him, but I know this is a catch it wager.
Okay.
Goots might be best Maryland hater out there. Okay.
Just does not make much sense.
I'm in on Dairy Queen, out on everything else.
Shout out Baltimore.
Okay.
Also, would recommend you get the Terps up and moving in college football 25 or 26.
They're fun to play with.
Yeah, I peeped that the other day when I was just running through teams to make dynasties with. Just love to run through a season and see what they can do. Malik Washington's so fun to play with, though.
Oh, yeah.
Goated.
Oh, yeah.
Also, side note.
Probably no stadium pulse there, though, in college.
Yeah, no stadium pulse. We'll have the stadium pulse probably up and moving in Chestnut Hill for BC tonight, though.
Wow.
I'll get up and moving.
Huh.
I think I got to host the Irish tonight, Goots. Big game.
Ooh.
Massive game.
Gonna be a quick stream.
All right.
Already beat Clemson. I'm probably not beating them too.
Enough. It's enough talking about the Terps for probably the whole season. Let's move. But chat, you guys hear all that talk about the Terps in the Big 2-5? Mike Loxley not a contract year, but back against the wall type of season. Might as well be. If they don't win 6 games this year, he's fired.
I was gonna say, yeah, he's probably fired if they don't make a bowl game. Maybe even like if they look just if they win 5 games, go 5-7, and they look respectable against top 10 teams or like top teams in the conference, like the Michigan, the Indianas, even the get the big win over Washington on their schedule, he might keep his job.
What's the over-under on Maryland football viewership? I got a lot of buddies who went there who never went to a single game. Not one game they went to. That's actually sad, honestly.
I just can't wrap my head around that. I know there's so many schools like that. Like Indiana used to be like that.
There's other sports, and like they probably go to more lacrosse games and more basketball games. So,
oh yeah, I know that. It's unreal.
Dilly Daggers, your him. W resub. Let's get that sharp report up and moving, Goots. If you're around, if you're local, let's fire up that sharp report for the peeps.
If you're local.
No graphics today. Our guy Daniel's on a plane for 18 hours today. So you guys are stuck with a little ticker on the bottom sector there. There's our sharp report. Boom. How about it? Makes you appreciate those fire graphics, doesn't you, chat? Makes you appreciate those puppies. First play of the day today for me, Cubs on the ML. Soroka Day. Congrats to all who celebrate. Hashtag Nats Week. I think Soroka goes out there and fucking shoves today. Shoves. Jovan, if the Cubs have one singular brain cell, just one singular brain cell, Jovan, the Cubs will use Soroka to pitch 5 innings only. Do you know why I'm saying that? Probably not as tapped into the Nats as I am.
6th inning, he has a billion ERA.
He is the worst 6th inning pitcher. He can't do it. This is why he pitched so well when he went in the bullpen for the White Sox last year. The guy is great in small samples. If I'm the Cubs, I'm using this dude as one of those bridge bullpen guys in the postseason for you when your starter sucks and you need a guy to go in there and pitch 3 innings, get you to the 6th. That's what I would do. That's what I've seen World Series champions do, especially in 2019 with Patrick Corbin. That's what they should do. This guy is not a full-time starter. If the Cubs are smart, they'll leave him out there for 5 innings max, and go to that bullpen. Jovan, either way, I think the Cubs win this game. I think the Cubs opening up minus 150 in this spot was the biggest head-scratcher of the day for me. Minus 150 against the Reds and Nick Lodolo. Nick Lodolo looks like the reincarnation of John Lester in his prime right now. Straight up. Prime John Lester. He is unbelievable. And I'm fading him again. Has to be done. Couple reasons here, Jovan. Number one, I mean, the ML is just absurd for the Cubs. Again, I care more about the opener here than I do where the line's at right now. I know they're at minus 140. I know the Reds are catching 10 cents of steam. No shit. Because everybody and their mother's betting on the Reds. But they just played one of the weirdest series of all time over the weekends in a NASCAR stadium. They waited around at the park all weekends. They heard all the bitching, all the yapping. It was a shit show. Even the fucking teams are probably embarrassed being a part of that. I would be.
Yeah.
I would be. Weird weekend. The Reds are coming off of there in Bristol, Tennessee. They got to travel all the way to Chicago. Not too far of a plane ride, but they were hanging around a lot at the ballpark this weekend, Jovan. Could be a good time to fade them. Weird spot. Almost reminds me when all you smart guys fade teams coming off of Sunday Night Baseball. Kind of similar. Fade the team coming off a weird weekend where they're around in the park all the time for these rain delays. Fade the Reds. Maybe that's why they opened up plus 130 with the best pitcher in baseball right this second. If you look at the last 5 starts for any starting pitcher in baseball, it's Nick Lodolo. And guys, he opened up at plus 130. What are we doing? Crazy. And look at the splits. People are betting the Reds.
Yeah,
People are betting the Reds. Not
literally
surprised. Yeah, Lodolo's him, right? You know who else is him? Soroka, the best pitcher with a 5 ERA you've ever seen in your life. I'm telling you, Jovan, he's going to go out there and make a statement on his new squad, give you 5 solids, and the Cubs are going to hold on.
It's the way Krabs just finds a way to get Nats nugs and everything. It's impressive. Not many people can do it better. Tip the cap.
Nobody can do that better.
Tip the cap. We can stay on this game because I have a play in this game too. I like the under.
Wow.
I do think Lodolo is probably going to pitch well. As much as I would love to join you in the contrarian part of having him not pitch well, I don't think we get the same amount of strikeouts because the Cubs are growing more pesky and pesky in that area. And there you go. Discount. He ain't getting strikeouts. We've known that since the start. Shout out the hot dogs, but I think he's going to pitch well. And this is also, I guess, a weather-induced total, which is why it's at 7 with some wind blowing in, good pitcher weather. This screams of just a dead spot for, I think, both offenses. Lodolo's been pitching well, of course, but you're going to need him to go pretty deep. And you can tell there's a significant drop into strikeouts when they kind of need him to do that, which kind of plays into it. But he does still pitch well and commands everything well. So I think he'll be fine today. And then the Reds, like talked about, off of just that super weird weekend, screams of a spot where the offense is kind of dead. My one concern about just taking the Cubs in this game, though, Krabs, I feel like I've already seen the Reds win this series, and then they go this weekend and get mucked in Pittsburgh. They bring your hopes up just before they bring them right down, and then right after that, they have the Phillies going into Great American Ballpark. They're probably going to look like the greatest team of all time and beat them too, right before getting mucked by the Brewers. So it's time to start riding the wave. But I think regardless of how the game turns out, it's probably going to be sleepy.
Sorry, dude. I'm really fucking pissed because they took off one of my squares I was about to talk about. That's why I'm over here fucking bitching.
Nuck.
Dude. Because the over is minus 160 now on Kikuchi's pitching outs. Holy shit.
It's just.
Scott, I don't think we're looking for a new graphics guy at this moment, but feel free to still DM me. We'd love to talk. Okay? Dude.
Might have saved you there anyway, Chris.
That's the thing, though. That square was fucking hitting, man.
Might have saved you.
It was fucking hitting. Shit. Okay.
Jeez. There you go. See you. The Krabs versus Tech has just reached new heights. New heights, Goots.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Go to the Pirates game while we're here.
Yeah.
Go to my second Sharp Report play. Here comes Krabs. Does he get there? Does he get there? He might not get there. He actually might not get there. But Pirates tonight. Super weird series, especially because I don't love taking teams coming out of cores, but this feels like a game the Pirates get for a couple different reasons. First of all, to be honest with you, like they played well against the Giants, obviously swept them. It was a super weird series where every, I guess, Giants pitcher for the most part was very popular that day. When you go through the entirety of the series, even like Carson Whisenhunt when he played was super popular, but the Giants found a way to get after every single one. It's like the only, I guess, real pitcher that pitched well. And I know Logan Webb, I believe it was the second game of the series. Like the Pirates won. He had a billion strikeouts though, but everybody bet pitching outs and everything else that was not strikeouts. I guess you fell kind of flat on your face, which was rat meat. But the real pitcher who like truly dominated in like every form of fashion that series against the Pirates was Justin Verlander, who they get to face again today. There goes Krabs.
I don't get it.
It's just really bad. It's just really bad. But we were talking about this Pirates game, Krabs.
Okay.
Taking the Pirates. Verlander, I think it's been this year he hasn't faced the same team for 2 consecutive starts, but he's noted had a problem with doing that throughout his career. The last time he faced 2 teams in these consecutive starts was last year towards the end of the year against the Angels, where he gave up, I think, 6 runs in the second start on the back end there, and that's kind of been the story his whole career. So like even for an offense like the Pirates, you would expect like going into this, I guess, series. The Pirates are coming out of cores, which is a noted like anti-sharp systems. Like you'll always usually see steam towards the other team when that happens. You usually always see steam when teams like the Giants are going, at least total wise, like when they have the pitcher that's just shoved against the same team. But I'm staring at this game, and line continues to move towards the Pirates. And that is with Johan Oviedo coming back from his injury, which is shocking to me. And then you also see an 8.5 total, which probably some 8s floating out there. Sue went up there. But 8.5, kind of borderline there. That screams that Verlander is going to get let up this start, in my opinion, which I'm fine with doing anyway because he's a horrendous pitcher to begin with. And his strikeout stuff was great, even though he got a lot of help from the umps in that start in San Francisco against the Pirates. But I think you bounce back and have more of the Verlander that you always seem to get in the second consecutive start against the team. Same was the story last year. I think he did it a couple times. Talked about the last Angels one that I knew off the top of my head, 2023, same deal. Really, all of his career, he's had a shit ton of trouble. I think he does again tonight. And I think the Pirates, it's weird, like little road they've been on with just dog meat performance after dog meat performance with this whole weird giant sweep before all of it. It gets them to get back tonight. I feel like the series, to be honest with you, is super weird. I know they swept the team, but you couldn't ask for a better, I guess, 3-pitcher rollout than the Giants have this series. I guess you can argue Verlander, but it's really the best they got. Not even minus 200 is really weird to me, especially when you're getting Johan Oviedo in the first start of his season.
Verlander also might be cursed. I'll say it.
I think he is.
Verlander might have made a deal with the devil similar to Nicolas Cage in The Ghost Rider, where maybe it gave him longevity, it gave him Kate Upton, but now it's all coming crashing down. He's got no luck. Ball has not bounced his way at all. Probably date myself there with that Ghost Rider reference, but yeah, I'd probably take that deal too, right? But now his world's crumbling down, and he's probably going to lose to the fucking Pirates today, which nobody should ever do, right? He's falling apart. He's got no luck. Ball is not bouncing his way if you guys have watched any of his starts.
Yeah, except for the last start where he was Cy.
Could be a good time to sell high on a guy who's probably kind of washed, right?
Everything's just you got a team coming off of course facing a Verlander that had I think that was his first real quality start. I guess what technically wasn't a quality start, but like first dominant start he's had in a while. It's the Pirates too. You're facing a pitcher who hasn't pitched since 2023. God knows what his leash is going to look like. It all lines up to be perfectly in for the Giants as long as Verlander pitches well. The fact that the line is moving towards the Giants and the total is, I think, as high as it is, feels like it's all you need to see.
Agreed. Let's move on. Pirates ML. Love the play. Going to pick up the tempo and pace here at Hare, and I've been thrown off ever since my internet is connected to a potato and they took off the Kikuchi square. So Trying to finish strong here, folks. We got a subby coming in from Cohen's Cake. Cohen's Cake, you're him. Dilly Daggers, you're him. Malik, if I missed this one, you're goated. 33 months. Malik, good to see you lurking in the chat, my man. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a great weekend. All right. I'm going to go rapid fire back-to-back plays here. 2 plays that I love. I like these plays more than the Cubs, so listen the fuck up and get ready to lock these in responsibly. I'm going first 5, under 4.5 in the Rays and the Angels. I think Kikuchi shoves. The fact that he's up to minus 160 for his over 17.5 pitching outs is actually absurd if you think about it, because the guy cannot go more than 5 innings to save his life. He hasn't had a quality start since, I think Gooch was saying, it's been months since Kikuchi's had a quality start, and the guy was an all-star. It's not like even like he's been pitching bad. He just does not go deep into games. June 25th was the last time that all-star Kikuchi had a quality start, and today, against a team that's already seen him this season, he's up for 17.5 pitching outs with the over juice to minus 160 now. That's why it's off the board. Are you kidding me? Jovan, I know it's a popular angle on Twitter, but I don't even think I give a hoot. I don't think it matters. And I'm not going to take the Angels on the ML. But I'll take the first 5 under, and I'll take Kikuchi to go out there and shove at least through 5. Maybe he falls apart late. Everybody gets hooked. Everybody gets screwed over, right? But he's given 5 solid.
Yeah. He might pitch well, might go deep. If you're taking him to get strikeouts today, save your coin.
Well, don't take him to get strikeouts. He's going to be in a lot of quick at-bats, a lot of early swings from the Rays here. That's why I like his pitching out. So please do not take his more than strikeouts. I agree with that. Yes. You know what you can take, though? First 5 under in this game, because Hauser has a crazy earned run square as well. Jovan, I think he shoves today too. Give me the first 5 under. Get in, get out for the Rays and Angels game. First 5, under 4.5. Nasty, no fun game. Kikuchi pitches well. He might not hit his Ks, but he pitches well. He keeps him off the scoreboard. And Hauser's got that crazy earned run square as well that I want to lean into and take the less than onto. So juice is loose on that under. Minus 115 now towards that under 8.5. It was minus 110 before the show. Keep on moving and grooving. And then we've got the first 5 under 4 favorite play today. First 5 under 4 in the Cardinals and the Dodgers game tonight. Craziest square on the board today is Sonny Gray earned runs allowed with how bad he's been this season against the fucking Dodgers. Oh, hilarious square. It's so weird. I want to lean into it, and I'll take Sonny Gray to give up less than 2.5 earned runs allowed on Prize Picks. W square here, W Goots. I mean, come on. Come on. I've seen this movie before. We'll probably see it again and make coins on it again. But tonight, Sonny Gray, he ain't giving up 3. Don't even know if he gives up 2. He's going to shove. I want to pair this perfect complement with the first 5 under 4 in a game where Glasnow's on the other side. He pitched like shit in that last start. Guy's talking a lot of smack about the rules of baseball to be pitching like shit. I'll say it. He is. That rubbed me the wrong way if you couldn't tell. He locks back in after a dog shit starts. That's typically what Glasnow does. That's what he's done this season, at least. He's had a lot of shit starts, but he bounces back with a good one right after. He has no consistency. So I want to lean into that angle today. Give me the first 5 under 4. Sure. Nasty first 5 under in a game where I don't want to involve the Cardinals bullpen or the Dodgers bullpen. Right now, 2 bullpens that are either shitty or hurt. I'm out on the bullpens. First 5, isolate. Let's back the starting pitchers to shove. First 5 under 4.
Sure.
Okay. What do you got over there, Jovan?
Last one, Shotguts and the O's, plus 1.5. Jesus Luzardo, another very popular angle because the O's are dog meat against lefties. Remember the Red Sox, how they were dog meat against lefties, and look what happened. The second he got out of the stretch, things fell apart, and he gave up 1 billion runs. I do not think this is going to be a very decisive game. Do I feel good backing Cade Povich? Not particularly, but out of all the lefties that the Phillies have looked really, really good against, Cade Povich kind of matches up as one of the better ones, weirdly, the stuff that he throws. So I feel like the Orioles might take this game, but I definitely feel like it's going to be pretty close late. And at that point, do I want to bet on, or I guess bet against the Phillies bullpen, especially if it happens to be a 1-run close game? And I don't know if we'll see Duran again, but we'll definitely see quality in the back end there. No, but I think this is a 1-run game at the least.
I'll tell you who's Quelch yet is Jesus Luzardo. He's just not good. Sorry.
He's good. He's just inconsistent. Because, again, like,
Not
you can't
good.
pitch out of the stretch.
Not good. Good pitchers can pitch out of the stretch.
Yeah, it's just a problem.
He'll give you a great start once every blue moon, once a month. He's not good. Not consistent. You got to be consistent in this game to be a good pitcher. I'm out on Jesus Luzardo. I've seen enough.
Yeah.
No. I'm out. Let's go O's, Goots. How about it?
Birdland.
Probably leave that one out of the Sharp report, though. No good can come
Pretty
from
soft,
that.
but
Or sorry,
yeah,
the
Birdland.
squad ride.
Yeah.
No good can come from us putting the Orioles in the squad ride poll. I'll say it.
Yeah,
say
Good last time.
Yeah, last time
1
maybe
in 10
the best
this year.
Maybe the
All right.
best squad ride of the year.
You're right.
Yeah.
1 in 10 then this year. Update the sheet there, Goots. W's. Alex F coming in, resubbing as well. Cubs or Wagons? Yep, they will be tonight. Cohen's Cake as well. Let's have a week, gents. Why not us, Cohen's Cake? Sure. W Goots, WOs. I just don't know if I have it in me to back them for the squad ride today. Only one way to find out. Let's talk squad ride. Goots, if you're around, do me a favor. Run that shit.
No PP squares for Jovan.
Yeah, we got PP squares, dude.
All right,
You
hurry
have
up.
no squares, Krabs, or is it just me?
Already went over mine. It's
Just
the
Jovan.
Sonny Gray, less than 2.5 run runs allowed. You've got two.
I guess you did. You did. All right. Hassan Kim, peep this square for one, which part of that it's up here because he's probably going to be hitting a little higher in the lineup today if I had to guess. But he's had like 14 ABs against lefties. He's in here to make the lineup much better against lefties. He hasn't done it yet, but he's faced a lot of very different pitchers. He's been horrible against fastballs. He's been hitting like off speed really, really hard. One of the reasons why I think Kikuchi is not getting strikeouts today, despite everybody nuking that all over the feed. The Rays, the second they got a fastball in that last matchup, they also have fantasy up. That's probably good because he might be swiping a base now. But the second they got a fastball in that first matchup against Kikuchi, they swung, which is why a lot of those ABs were very, very quick. He got 4 runs, but he still got through the 6 innings. I think he's going to try and big brain the Rays, which a lot of the teams that have done the same thing against them, the same thing is followed. He's going to throw a lot of off speed, especially to the top of that lineup, because that's how you keep them off balance and get them into deeper counts. Hassan Kim has been demolishing off speed, and it's like the only thing he's done well, and especially like all those at bats against lefties have been decided on fastballs for the most part. And they've also been more strikeout heavy pitchers than Kikuchi. So I think there's definitely a reason the square is up, and I think he's going to be in great position to get it. Single, steal, junior nuke probably behind him. Great.
Yep. And before you get to the next one, let's get the poll up. And if you don't mind selling it while the poll is up, because we got to end on time today. Does that work?
I mean, I don't even have to say much. Thoughts on the mound have been pretty locked in on fading him whenever I choose to. Second start in a row, I'll be fading him. I think he's probably going to be nucked today. Leave those cutters over the middle of the plate. Tatis sends one to Mars. Closed.
Okay. All right. Goods, run that shit. I'm trying to see. All right, chat. I got to figure out how to make this fucking show end on time. That's on me. We're going to go Cardinals, Dodgers, first 5 under 4 has to be in here. It's a winner.
Yeah, you love that. Has
Well,
to be there.
No qualms?
No qualms.
Okay. What are you in love with on your end?
Might be the Jollies.
Dude.
Here to raise it. Could also be the O's.
You pick. I hate them both.
Unreal.
I'm stand to play, but it's not the time of the year to be taking shit teams.
Well, I want you in on it. How about the under in the Reds game?
I'll be in on it if you pick one that hits out of the first 2. You could stick with your guns here and go with your Pirates or your O's. You say the word. I'm in.
Let's go O's.
Okay. I trust you. Might not trust the Ratchet O's or the Ratchet Pirates, but I trust you. We'll put it in there. I think we go 2 plays, 2 winners, quality over quantity today is what I'm feeling for the squad ride poll. You good for that?
I'm good for that.
All right. Goots, do me a favor. Quick poll. Too long. Shit. All right, get those votes in. Hurry up. Go. Get those votes in. Hurry up, please.
Sure,
Get those
lets me
votes
do
in.
it is 2 minutes. So 2 minutes, chat.
Get those votes in. Hurry up. Go. Get them in. Hurry up. Go. If you're watching the show, please lock in a vote for the squad ride. If you're watching on YouTube, we got a lot of people watching on YouTube today, I will say. 130 people watching on YouTube. Hell yeah. Love that. But that should be 0 right now, that number. And the Twitch should be doubled. Because you guys should all be making your way, migrating over here like a bunch of birds in the winter to the Twitch to lock in your vote in the squad ride poll. Hurry up. Get over here. You still have a minute. Lock in your vote for the squad ride poll 2 plays, 2 winners, quality over quantity. Jovan's favorite play, my favorite play. Click the right button of the play that's turning green. Please. Please. All right? Click on a winner for me. Will ya? You guys were dialed on Friday. 1-0 for squad rides in August. Let's stay perfect. Knock on wood. Let's stay dialed. I trust you guys to make the right call here. 2 plays, 2 winners. Cardinals, Dodgers, first 5 under 4. That sell job might have stuck. We're seeing these first 5 start to get some respect around these parts. I'll say it.
We do. I guess I probably shouldn't say that, but
no, you shouldn't. But I love where your head's at because I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, my head's in the right place. But yeah, the chat's trusting Krabs with some first 5s. You love to see.
Wow, smart cutoff there.
Yeah,
you're him. And maybe they're scared to take the O's. That also could have something to do with it a little bit here. Would not be
also fair. Yeah, also fair.
Go ahead and lock in an extra sneak unit responsibly on the O's plus 1.5 because that shit's probably green.
Might be.
That shit's probably green. He says YouTube does not lag as much as the Twitch for me as well. Dougie Betts, totally get it, understand, but you cannot be a me guy tomorrow. We need your vote in the Twitch poll for the squad ride. Do not be a me guy just because your lag isn't better. I don't care. Make your way over to the Twitch and lock in your vote for tomorrow, please. I better see your Twitch chat in the chat during the squad ride tomorrow. Squad ride, first 5 under 4 in the Cardinals Dodgers. Hell yeah, Jovan. Hell yeah, Jovan. All right. And yeah, please, chat. Do not let me chirping those shit teams that Jovan's taken, let you not take them and lock them in and tail. Okay? Get involved. Orioles plus 1.5 and the Pirates on the ML. Don't sleep on them.
That's good.
And there he goes.
There you go, see you.
And
it's just
same time, same place tomorrow.
It's just fitting end.